is I went into tufa casting because my dad, my grandfather, that's a picture of my grandfather right there.
Okay, who's your grandfather?
His name was Brian Anderson, but his Navajo name was Nabahi, but it's a long old name. So he worked on the railroad for a time there, and when they got the checks, you know, there was each group in each box, a train box. So his supervisor, his last name was Anderson, and when the checks came in, they couldn't say their names. They said, "You guys pick a name." So him and his two brothers picked a name. He picked Brian, you know. So when the check came in, they knew it was Brian Anderson because the guy that was the head of that box, his supervisor, his last name was Anderson. So that's how they made the checks out.
I got you, okay.
Because Brian Anderson, yeah. So that's how we got the Anderson name.
All right.
And but he was a silversmith too, and so was my grandma Grace, his wife. And my dad, you know, my dad started learning the process of casting too, which is tufa casting. And it just became natural to me, you know. I didn't want to become a silversmith. Never wanted to because, I mean, Tim and them didn't even know I knew how to make jewelry in high school. They didn't, man. And I took that jewelry smithing class thinking it would be an easy A, you know. Yeah. But I ended up flunking it, man, because I was so in a hurry to get the stuff out, and I screwed up my projects. So yeah, and I was getting high with the teachers. But I've made it easier for people that are coming up, you know. Like Lester, he picked it up real quick. My friend Lester James. And he's not the type of guy to ask questions, you know, like how did that happen or that. Us Native Americans, we usually learn by just watching, and he's a prime example. He learned by watching, and he took what I learned, what I know, and what Daryl knows, and he combined it with he's naturally talented in what he does. He's considered one of the best inlayers. And so he just put both of the processes together, and he makes some tremendously nice looking pieces, you know. Yeah, he's like the baddest, you know. And so if, you know, I always tease him and I tell him that if Navajos were porn stars, he'd be a star because he's an inlayer. Yeah, I got some stupid jokes. Takes a while to get it, but